Welcome, parents, guardians, friends. All right, we are going to start the ceremony. It's not going to rain. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. They're going to come in. They're going to go to their seats, and then we'll begin. Without further ado, Team C. All right. Officially, good afternoon, families and friends, staff members, and most importantly, our 8th graders from Team C. During this afternoon ceremony, we will celebrate and highlight our resilient 8th graders and give them the recognition they so aptly deserve. Our ceremony will begin with a welcome message from our Galvin Middle School principal, followed by student recognitions for excellence within the classroom, a performance from our 8th grade chamber ensemble, and then the handing out of the student certificates for 8th grade completion. We hope this ceremony is a positive milestone for our moving on 8th grade students and families, and so we would like to welcome to the podium our principal, Mrs. Webb.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Team C. It's wonderful to see you all today. I know, as Mr. T said, it is not going to rain, right? It's a beautiful afternoon. It's great to have you all here. Thank you for making the time to come celebrate our 8th graders with us and to celebrate all of the accomplishments of the class of 2023 here at the Galvin and the high school class of 2027. As Mr. T said, my name is Megan Webb. I am the very proud principal of the Galvin Middle School, and I'm especially proud on a day like today when we get to pause and honor all of the hard work, the dedication, and the perseverance that got our graduates here to this ceremony. We all know that it's not just their hard work that played a major role in their success. It's the work and support of everybody here today that allowed these students to excel. So to all of the parents, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents, the neighbors, foster parents, and caregivers of all kinds, your presence here today is an indication of the important role you have played in the lives of our students. So students, let's give them all a big hand. And we know for many of you it is a sacrifice to be here today. You're taking time away from lots of responsibilities and things that you typically do on a Tuesday, but this is there couldn't be a better place for you to be today, to take a minute to just appreciate all that has happened in the last 4 years for our students. So I invite you to picture your 8th grader when they arrived here or at whatever school they went to in 5th grade, but as new 5th graders. And maybe you dropped them off in the 5th grade plaza. Maybe you could barely believe that they were going to find their own way to class and that at the end of the day the bell was just going to ring and they were going to be done and find their own way back to you. I would imagine for many of them that their backpack was bigger than them at that point. But since that time, these students have weathered all of the trials and tribulations of adolescence, layered with the challenge of the COVID years. They were asked to completely reinvent what it means to be in school during some of the most formative years of their lives. And here they are, ready to close the door on their middle school years and become high school students. It is no small feat. So I'd love us all to take a moment to applaud each other, 8th graders to applaud your supporters, supporters to applaud your 8th graders, and just take a minute of gratitude. This 8th grade class showed us what it looks like to re-enter traditional schooling after unrest and disruption, to rebuild relationships with peers and adults, and to bring back some of our treasured traditions. The disruption of the past several years has shown us the importance of our community. It has also taught us that the art of being together, of interacting, of building friendships, of sorting out conflicts, is something that needs to be learned and practiced. We've all had to relearn how to exist in a community, how to be a class together, and how to move forward together. And of course, you've all had some fun as well. Even just in the past couple of months, you've celebrated together at night spots. Many of you took a trip to Washington, D.C. You had an amazing final dance on Friday night. You celebrated at Chaos on the Common, and here you are sitting here today. Each of those special events stands out in our minds because that's the way that we as humans mark special traditions in our lives. But remember that those moments are underscored by at least 180 days of day-to-day activity, classwork, and interactions that make them possible. Think about how many people here today helped supported you and shaped your love of learning and your interest in your future pursuits. I want you each to think of at least one adult, whether you are a parent or a student, here at the Galvin who has instilled a love of learning in you. And just take a moment to think about what makes that adult special. And think about that for a minute while we talk about this special ceremony we have planned for you today. I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Tetrault in a moment, and we're going to proceed with lots of awards and recognitions. But I have something to ask of you. I want you to take the lessons that the Galvin has taught you and your next steps in high school and beyond. Take the friendships you have built, the challenges you have overcome, the academic achievements you have realized, and use them to chart a future that is fulfilling to you and beneficial to a world that is very much in need of your care. As a concrete next step, I want to ask you to think one more time about the adult or adults you identified earlier, the ones that shaped you as a learner. Take a moment in the next day and a half, or I suppose just full day left, to thank them, either in person, with a note, or with an email. Your appreciation and gratitude will mean the world to them, just as their actions and words have supported you. All right, so in order to get ahead of maybe the rain, I'm going to pass it back to Mr. Tetrault, and it's my honor, Mr. T, to present your class of 2023.
Thank you, Mrs. Webb. Over the past 4 years, you have heard us mention our I Care core values. So many of our students have consistently demonstrated our core values of excellence within the classroom. And for a brief moment, zooming from home, if a student's day at the Galvin could be represented by an elaborate piece of artwork, our specialist classes would no doubt be the color of that artwork that brings it to life. For this part of our ceremony, we would like to recognize many of the Team C students who have given their all to their specialist subjects day in and day out. We will start with the music department, which is made up of Mr. Riley, Miss Bowen, Mr. Morell, and Miss Demento. The countless hours of rehearsals and lessons have clearly paid off, as this 8th grade class has some incredible musicians. Please welcome to the podium our music department.
Okay, for our first award, this will be the Director's Award for Orchestra. This goes to a student who is kind, funny, and a talented musician. This student makes everyone in his ensemble laugh during rehearsal and ensures that we have a good time, but he is also a great cellist and a reliable section leader. His dedication to his instrument this year has earned him a spot in the WHS Honors String Ensemble next year. The Director's Award for Orchestra goes to Cage Foster. We'll be giving 2 Director's Awards for chorus. These awards honor outstanding middle school vocal students, their achievements, and their commitment to musical excellence and choral singing. These 2 recipients are singers in the 8th grade chorus, 2-year members of the GMS Chamber Chorus. They have participated in both the GMS and WHS theater programs, and this year they were both accepted into the Northeastern District Honors Choirs. Next year, they've both been accepted into honors level ensembles at WHS. This year's Director's Awards for chorus go to Miriam Malfroy-Cameen and Jacob Williams. The Director's Award for Band honors middle school band students, their achievements, and commitment to band. This person is a member of the saxophone section of concert band and was also the lead alto saxophone player in the gold medal winning jazz band this year at Galvin. They have an exceptional work ethic in and out of the band room. They will continue on as a member of the wind ensemble next year at Wakefield High School. This year's recipient is Molly Burns. And lastly, the Outstanding Musician Award honors students who excel in a variety of musical settings and ensembles. This year's recipient works hard at her craft every day during rehearsals, private lessons, and performances. She leads her section with confidence and is an excellent role model to her peers. She has an exceptional work ethic, and her achievements at the Galvin have ensured that she will be successful as she goes on to join the WHS music program. She goes above and beyond in participating in chorus, chamber chorus, jazz band, and private piano study. This year's Outstanding Musician Award goes to Sophia Crudy.
Up next is our amazing art department, made up of Mrs. Seveny and Mrs. Whalen. Both of these staff members have inspired creativity and artistic talent in many of our 8th graders, even when many of them didn't think they had an eye for art. However, this was quite evident during our Visual Performing Arts Week when we had a chance to look at some of the magnificent works of art from our 8th graders. We will now present the 8th grade Visual Arts Award to our Team C students, and Mrs. Seveny's right here.
Good afternoon, everybody. All right. This year's Art Awards go to students who cared deeply about their artwork and who worked consistently to grow and improve. These students have earned this recognition with their hard work over the last 4 years. It has truly been a pleasure having them in class. It's worth mentioning that Mrs. Whalen and I had a truly difficult time narrowing down the field on Team C. I believe we had 12 students on our short list, so it was difficult to narrow it down to just 3. Our first recipient is an engaged and thoughtful student. I've enjoyed watching his work grow and evolve over the years. He has a strong art practice outside of the classroom and always finds a way to find a personal connection to his projects. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the future. Congratulations to Thais Early. Our next recipient is a talented, conscientious, and dedicated artist. Her craftsmanship is excellent, and she's reflective in her practice. This student goes above and beyond. She's a model student. She invests herself in her work, and I know she will go on to do great things. Congratulations to Sophia Crudy. Our final recipient is a talented, creative, and thoughtful student. Her personality shines through her artwork as seen in her self-portrait this year. I've enjoyed watching her work grow and evolve through the years and look forward to seeing what she does in the future. Congratulations to Anna Morrison.
Our science, technology, engineering, and math courses, or more commonly called our STEM classes, have had our students learning about the design process through hands-on projects all year long. Engaging projects like the creation of our CO2 race cars, prototypes made by 3D printers, upcycling and creating robotic arms and coding digital sphero balls are just a small snapshot of the units covered this year. We welcome to the podium Ms. Palmer and Ms. Holder, who are our STEM teachers, as they'll be presenting the award to Team C for STEM.
Good afternoon. I'm Mrs. Holder, and this is Mrs. Palmer. So, these students have an unmistakable passion for the engineering and design world. Both award winners were methodical, reflective, and sought to improve their growing design skills. They worked fluently and thoroughly through every problem presented to them, and their solutions openly displayed their knowledge, mental stamina, and desire to improve the world around them. Both myself and Mrs. Palmer are confident that these students will continue to contribute to the ever-evolving world of science, technology, engineering, and just a little bit of math. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors and encourage you to keep asking questions and finding solutions. So congratulations to Cole Bonner and Toby Bowen.
That's great. Some of the biggest changes occurred during the middle school years, and our health department has spent the past 4 years guiding and exploring these changes with our 8th graders. They have completed activities on body systems, group projects on healthy ways to deal with stress and anxiety, and our health teachers have set the students up with strategies for healthy activity habits that can be carried into adulthood. Our health department is made up of Mrs. Tarness and Mr. Georgette, but giving the award for them, in lieu of them, is Mr. Lawrence, who's part of our phys ed staff. Mr. Lawrence, come on up.
This year's health awards are presented to students who showed a passion and understanding for health. Each student selected was diligent in their work, brought enthusiasm to class, and thrived for a deeper understanding of the health curriculum. These students advocated for the importance of the health topics covered, excelled in class above expectation, and were a pleasure to have in the classroom. We wish them the best, and they will be missed. Congratulations to Alexandra Cannon and Maggie Kremen.
Some of the best memories students talk about are had in the gymnasium and outdoor fields during phys ed class. Over the past 4 years, students have been able to shift from the younger games and elementary skills to the more advanced gameplay of various team sports and personal lifelong fitness. Our phys ed staff has challenged the students to push themselves to the next step in their personal fitness and athleticism while balancing the classes with a stress-free, fun environment. Our phys ed teachers are made up of Ms. Pisano, Mrs. Stevenson, Mr. Valancourt, and Mr. Lawrence. And up next is Mr. Lawrence again to present the Phys Ed Award.
The award for excellence in physical education is given to a student who shows a love of activity, always gives their best effort, and participates with enthusiasm in all class activities. Most importantly, the student always showed a respectful attitude towards their teachers and their classmates. The Physical Education Department is pleased to present this award to Hannah McKennedy.
Learning a foreign language takes dedication, a growth mindset, and a lot of repetition. Our world language teachers have provided students with engaging opportunities to learn about the Spanish and French cultures while guiding the students through their understanding of Spanish and French languages. Students have explored these subjects through conversations in class, reading authentic texts written in the target language, and listening to native-speaking audio-video clips as students mastered the language skills. Our World Language Department is made up of Mrs. DeGray, Mrs. Pacheco, Mrs. Marquis, Mrs. Quigley, and Miss Metcalf. And here to present the World Language Award for the Foreign Language Department is Mrs. Quigley.
Bienvenue, bienvenidos, welcome, and congratulations. This has been a very interesting year, to say the least, and despite all of the additional challenges it has presented, many of you have shown incredible hard work and passion for learning a world language. It is always difficult for us to select just a few students to recognize, but even more challenging this year given the perseverance of so many. However, the World Language Department is thrilled to recognize the work of 3 phenomenal individuals. These dynamic students consistently go above and beyond to excel academically, to improve their language skills, and expand their cultural knowledge. You all understand that world languages is more than just a class, that it is a key to a new way of communicating and connecting with the world around you. For these reasons, we are proud to present 3 World Language Awards, 2 for Spanish and 2 for French. These awards go to Abigail Doucette, Maggie Kremen, and Maura Riley.
Okay, next up, we would like to welcome our talented 8th grade chamber chorus, who will be performing Have It All from the popular musical artist, Jason Mraz.
May you have auspicious and cause for success. May you do your best. Never nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from a beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get your rest. May you catch your breath.
And may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa, and may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa.
Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress, having no possessions though immeasurable wealth.
May you get a gold star on your next test. May all of your educated guesses be correct. Where's your tomorrow? Whoa. May the road less paved be the one that you follow. Whoa. Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it. I want you to have it all. Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'd be sad without you. I want you to have it all.
Okay, that was awesome, as always. Well done. Our next awards will come from the Team C teachers, and they will recognize students that have brought enthusiasm, a positive spirit, and relentless effort day in and day out this year. After their team awards, each teacher from the team will honor students for their excellence in their respected subjects that they teach. We'll begin with ELA, then math, followed by science and social studies. You guys write that down? That's all right, you're going to forget. Do whatever you want then. All right, without further ado, the Team C teachers.
Good afternoon, everybody. So we have 3 awards to present right now, and the first is the Spirit Award. To be spirited means to be full of energy, enthusiasm, and determination. When choosing a recipient for this award, a few students quickly came to mind for all of the teachers on the team. One student in particular stood out among the rest. This student could always be found with a welcoming smile on their face, along with a loving squeeze if needed. Their happy energy brought a needed dose of positivity to many a day. This year's Team C Spirit Award goes to Skylar Christie. Our next award is more about being a student every day. There is a lot that goes into being a conscientious student: listening and analyzing, practicing and studying, questioning and advocating for oneself. This student has done all of this consistently with a curiosity and respect that is to be admired. We are honored to present this year's Team C Conscientious Learner Award to someone who always went above and beyond for their education, to Caden Pothier. And the last award for our team awards for Team C is the Consistency Award. This award goes to a student who consistently portrayed the Galvin's motto of doing the right thing. This student was consistent in their academics, always putting forth 110% effort and never letting a challenge stand in their way. They used their skills to not only to their benefit, but also to assist their peers. We are grateful to this year's recipient of the Team C Consistency Award, Jake Scourin.
Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Missouri, and I'm going to present the Team C ELA Award. This year's Team C ELA Award goes to a student who never shied away from hard work. She worked diligently and advocated for herself to ensure that she was completing every assignment to the best of her abilities. She held herself to a high standard and proved that hard work does lead to success. She should be very proud of herself and all that she accomplished this year. Congratulations to Raquel Oliveira.
Last time you'll have to listen to me today. This year's Team C Math Award goes to a student who worked carefully during each and every class and outside of class. They took advantage of every opportunity that came their way to further their mathematical knowledge. Their dedication and perseverance made me proud to be their teacher each and every day. Congratulations to this year's Team C Math Award winner, Hannah McKennedy.
So I'm Jeff West. You guys knew I was your science teacher the whole of the year because they didn't find somebody better over the course of it. Sorry. So giving an award in science is a challenge every year for me. I have a lot of questions that I have to ask myself before I make the selection. You know, starting with what criteria do I use? Is it the best grades? Is it the greatest interest? Is it a student that might need a little bit more encouragement to move in a direction? A student who just deserves a pat on the back? A student who clearly is already on their way to greatness? All of these, none of these? After the realization that I'm not going to be working with you guys anymore, and you've all become special to me in the last 10 months, this is honestly the thing I hate the most about the end of the year. There's always several students on my short list. Too many to really call it a short list. In the end, the criteria tend to be very fluid for me. The grades got to be good, but that's not the end of it. A love of science is vital, and an interest in many, many topics is important as well. The Team C Science Award recipient this year fits this well. She works hard to be successful in class, but more importantly, she asks interesting questions on a lot of topics, and is happy to share things she's found on her own with me as well. She quickly picks up new concepts and rapidly improves on an already good understanding. But the most important thing to me is she's the first one to help other students further their understanding. She'll voluntarily work with whoever needs help, even without being asked. She's going to do well in whatever she chooses and whatever path she follows in life. However, this field of science is going to be poorer if she does not choose that pursuit. The recipient for the 22-23 Team C Science Award is Katie DeCourcy.
All right, hello everyone, I'm Mr. Collins. This year's Team C Social Studies Award goes to a student who has been a standout student throughout her 8th grade year. Throughout this year, I've been so pleased to watch this student's quiet leadership as she excelled in the classroom. In my 5 years of working at GMS, I'm not sure if I've had a student demonstrate as much care and compassion for their fellow students and teachers. If I was ever having a particularly stressful or challenging day, which was quite frequently this year, she would always make sure to tell her peers to go easy on Mr. Collins today and help me quiet them down in class. Despite the controversy surrounding a certain #BestTeacher note that she gave to Mrs. Bucher instead of me, her energy, dedication, and compassion has made this student a pleasure to work with. I'm so happy to present the Team C Social Studies Award to the record holder of the top of the green class pyramid, Hannah Murphy.
All right. Nope. Every moving on ceremony the Galvin administration has the distinguished honor of presenting recognition awards that have been named after very special people who have had a connection to the Galvin Middle School. In order for a student to be recipient of any of these awards, an 8th grader needs to be nominated by a Galvin staff member. After the nominations are collected, a small committee of Galvin staff members meet and discuss each nominee, sharing insight and perspective into the students. These awards have a special place in the traditions here at the Galvin, as this year's recipients will join a long list of past award winners, and their names will be etched on their respective plaques. This year, 2 students from Team C have been nominated and selected to be a recipient of two of the 4 special recognition awards. The first award to be presented is the Villardo Award. Lance Corporal Anthony Villardo was a graduate of Wakefield High School who went on to serve in the Marine Corps. In March of 1966, he became the first casualty of the Vietnam War from our community of Wakefield. He was 21 years of age when he lost his life serving our country. Fellow Marines that served with Anthony Villardo noted his commitment, discipline, and leadership qualities. Friends and family members of Wakefield that knew him all speak about his kind and funny personality and his ability to make those around him better. The Anthony Villardo Award is given to a student who has demonstrated outstanding citizenship and has made selfless contributions to our school. This award symbolizes our core values of integrity, serving our community, and personal excellence. The recipient receives a framed sketch of Lance Corporal Villardo's name from the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. that we recently visited. In order to make an impact within the lives of others, one needs to be present, dedicated, and committed to being the best version of themselves every day. This year's recipient has been one of the most consistent students this school has ever had to walk the halls. To start, this student had nothing short of an A- in every marking period in every single class since 5th grade. In terms of school attendance, you can count the number of times this student has been absent on one hand since 5th grade, and that included online learning. When thinking about this year's Villardo Award winner, a staff member said, and I quote, "This student is literally the most helpful person I've ever had in my classroom. They are so kind, mature, and well-adjusted. The student does so many little things each day that add up to big change in supporting their classmates, their team, their teachers, and our school community. This student has given back to the school culture and community of this school by participating in a multitude of activities, ranging from student council to yearbook, to our chorus and chamber singers, to multiple theater productions including Matilda, The Little Mermaid, and Wakefield High School's performance of Annie. The student is also a Science Olympiad gold medal winner. And this student is always setting up for a school event and helping to clean up after the event." It's a pretty remarkable resume. This year, it is our pleasure to announce the 8th grade recipient of the Anthony Villardo Community Award to Kathleen DeCourcy. The next award is given to honor Dr. Paula Mullen, who spent 25 years working for the Wakefield Public Schools as an athletic director, assistant principal, and then principal of the Galvin Middle School. Dr. Mullen was a mentor and an inspiration to so many during her impressive career. Many of us here at the Galvin Middle School had the privilege to serve the students of Wakefield under her leadership and had the great fortune to learn so much from her in such a short time. Dr. Mullen battled cancer for many years, and because of her never-give-up spirit and fight, she continued to defy the odds and lead the Galvin Middle School for many years. She was first and foremost an advocate for students, and she unwavered in her leadership to think of students first. Dr. Mullen had a special place in the heart for the underdog, the Cinderella story, and students who maintained a positive attitude and determination despite facing difficult challenges. Students who never give up despite their circumstances and approach life with an optimistic attitude are great reflections of Dr. Mullen's personality. So this year's Dr. Mullen Spirit Award is given to a student who demonstrates that type of spirit, perseverance, and positive attitude. This year's recipient is the epitome of what this award is all about. It might be safe to say this award winner has a personality that can make anyone feel valued, and if you're feeling down, this student will put a smile on your face. Academically, this student has accomplished so much over the past 4 years, including, but not limited to, meeting grade-level content standards and completing the Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System. Teachers and staff are inspired daily by this student's poise and can-do attitude, even when this student is frustrated. Outside of school, this student competes for the Wakefield High School Unified Basketball Team, dances, is an active member of Girl Scouts, and is looking to join the swim team at Wakefield High School next year. This student loves school, her family, and her friends, which is exactly what Dr. Mullen was passionate about. She has brought countless smiles, high fives, and hugs to our school community. She has a kind word to say about all of her classmates, and she genuinely hopes for the best for everyone else. We are incredibly proud of all she has accomplished and will continue to accomplish. We are excited to award this year's Dr. Mullen Award to Molly Preston. All right, we've reached it. Here it is. The moving on certificates. We're there. You guys have done great. Just a little direction about what's going to happen. Some of the parents might not know. So during the presentation of the moving on certificates, we will read 10 students' names at a time. Once a student's name is read, that student will stand at their seat. Once the last student's name is read, all 10 students will exit the row on their left, walk up to receive their certificate from Mrs. Bailey, and then line up to be congratulated by Mrs. Webb. At this time, family members will have the opportunity to capture a photo of our honored students. After a few seconds, our students will make their way to their seats and we'll begin recognizing the next 10 8th graders. At the conclusion of our ceremony, we will dismiss our 8th graders one row at a time. That caught my attention. 8th graders one row at a time, and they'll proceed out to the front of the building where parents and family members can meet up to take pictures. We respectfully ask that everyone makes their way to the front of the building at the end of the ceremony so that we can start beginning to take down all the speakers and the chairs. We also, here it is, we humbly ask, please, that all the cheering, the applause, the hooplas, the t-shirt cannons, anything that you might have brought, just wait until I finish reading all 10 names so parents can hear their own kiddo's name. C-Team, you ready? All right, the adjustment we are making, we called an audible because there's just so many people here, which is great. You're going to walk in front of the row, not around all the parents, because we'll be here for another 45 minutes. Okay. You guys got that? First row people? We'll give it a whirl. We'll see how it goes. All right. First up, Alice Aguilar Romero, Ryan Beatty, Ashley Benjamin, Cole Bonner, Toby Bowen, Grace Bowman, Meredith Brackett, Alec Bonapane Cohen, Evan Bonapane Cohen, Caroline Burns. Little photo op. Hold on. Students, smile. We talked about this. It's like the red carpet. All right. Alice, you can lead them back. Molly Burns, Alexandra Cannon, Delano Cardona, Sydney Catazzoni, Lais Celcino, Jackson Conley Charles, Jason Correa, Maggie Kremen, Skylar Christie, Daniel Curran. Want to push down a little bit more? Yeah, keep going. All right, little photo op, parents. All right, nice work, Molly. You can lead them back in front. Alexander De Moraes, Catherine DeCourcy, Anthony DeGiorgio, Vincent DeGiorgio, Madeline Dill, Cameron Dunnigan, Abigail Doucette, Thais Early, Jasmani Figueroa, Alexis Fontes. Slide down a little bit more. Little photo op for everyone. All right, Alex, you can lead them back. Cage Foster, Adam Frazier, Reed Frado, Thomas Frado, Jaden Fullerton, Matthias George, Frederick Graham, Lindsay Hardy, Leslie Herrera Martinez, Brock Horner. Just a little photo op. All right, Cage, go ahead. Brandon Howe, Madison Kiernan, Austin King, Sophia Crudy, Jeremy Lane, Patrick Leary, Jordan Loftus, Mateus Lopes, Brooke Macaluso. And, I'm sorry, one more. Miriam Malfoy Camine. Brandon, all the way down to the speaker. A little photo op. All right, Brandon, go ahead. Olivia Manzi, Nella Marshall, Jackson McGordy, Hannah McKennedy, Sage Mertens, Nicholas Metzis, Gavin Muse, Anna Morrison, Gwyneth Monroe, Aiden Murphy. Just a little photo op. Hold up. All right, Olivia. Hannah Murphy, Tessa Murray, John Najarian, Tiana Nordalis, Bailey O'Callahan, Jack O'Connell, Raquel Oliveira, Elena Palmer, Anna Polster, Caden Pothier. Just a little photo op. Hold up. All right, Hannah. All right. Molly Preston, Maura Riley, Ty Salzman, Logan Shembri, Chloe Cito, Caleb Sheehan, Savannah Silvestri, Jake Scourin, Stephen Susi, Caroline Sullivan. Little photo up here. Okay, Molly, you can lead him back. Dhruvi Amanu, Michael Viselli, Joshua Wagner, Lucy Whalen, Jacob Williams, Shay Wilson, Giselle Zanata, and Harrison Zhang. Sitting. Little photo up. All right, Drewby, you can send him back. Yep. All right. All right. Team C, students, well done. That concludes our ceremony. We want to thank families and parents, and let's give them one more round of applause. They'll make their way to the 8th grade plaza right in front of the community entrance, where they can be picked up and you can take pictures there and everything.